Hey guys, it's Hans here with Anglers Covey. Welcome back to our Bug of the Month series. Today we're going to be tying some of my favorite terrestrial patterns. It's the perfect time of year to be fishing these bugs, so I'm hoping that you'll be able to follow these instructions and tie some up for yourself and find some success. This is going to be the Bionic Ant. It's a pattern by Egan. I've been fishing it for a couple years now. It's been very productive for me, so I'll show you how to spin one up here. We've got a U101 size 14 in the hook here. I'm going to go ahead and start with some 6/0 uni thread in black. I'm going to attach that, about an eye length behind the hook eye. And just get my thread started by wrapping over the tag and then go ahead and trim off your tag. Okay, I'm going to lay down a little thread base to start here. Go touching wraps back. Now I don't need the whole hook shank for this fly, and that's kind of what I like. I like having all of this hook bend free because it inevitably leads to the fly lasting a little bit longer because there aren't hook teeth constantly getting in the fly. I'm also going to leave a lot of room towards the front of the eye of the hook, which is going to make it nice and easy for me to get my tippet through. Okay, so we're using one of these ant bodies now. This is size medium. I'm going to have, so you'll see there's a white end. I'm going to make sure the white end is facing towards the hook eye. I'm going to put this smack dab in the middle of the hook shank. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and capture it with my thread here. Okay, I'm going to put 3 wraps on. You'll see my thread keeps pulling it to that far side of the hook shank. I'm just going to use my finger and pull it back so it's on top. I'm going to pull this material back now and bring my thread forward to where I originally started the thread. And I'm going to put this ant body down and I'm going to capture it right on top of that hook shank. Okay. Again, thread torque is going to slowly push it towards or away from me. So I'm just going to use my finger and pull it back towards me. I'm going to use my thread and all of this stuff in the middle here. I'm going to wrap all of that down. Okay, this is where we're going to put the rest of our materials for this fly. So wrap all that down. Try to make a nice even body there. Okay, the next step is we're gonna add our wing material. For this, again, yep, you guessed it, it's that polypropylene floating yarn. This stuff is awesome. I use a single strand here about 2 inches in length. I'm gonna put it behind my thread and grab it with my other hand and then fold it around my thread so that both the ends are about the same length. You can see here, 2 different strands, same length. I'm gonna hold that so I can slide it up and down my thread here, and I'm gonna place that smack dab right on top of that hook shank there, and then take a couple wraps on top of that, rearwards to where we anchored in that foam initially. Okay? So that's gonna be our wing. Now we're gonna use a grizzly hackle. This does not have to be your very nice, fine, small, dry fly hackle. You can use oversized hackle for this, and I actually prefer a little hackle that's too large. So I'm going to pull some barbs from the stem perpendicular to it so that I can strip those guys off and give myself a nice tie-in point. And then this feather has a shiny side and a dull side. Okay, I want the shiny side facing me. So I'm going to go ahead and anchor this in on the near side of the hook shank, right at the base of that wing. And then lay down some nice thread wraps here. Okay. For the legs on these flies, we're going to use daddy long legs. These things are extremely fine and they move really, really well in the water. So get some daddy long legs. And I'm just going to use a single strand for this. So what I will actually do is I'm going to push this rubber leg between the bobbin and the vise so I can grab it on the other side with my fingers, and I'm basically bending it around the thread, as you can see here. That gives me the ability to pull it up under that thread wrap and on the near side of the hook. I'll go ahead and do that with one of the daddy long legs, and then I will cut it. I'm going to cut this close, but I'm going to put more thread wraps over it. So I'm going to leave a little tiny nub here. Try to show you. I only have 1 thread wrap on. Leave that little tag because we're going to wrap that down. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna take that daddy long leg, I'm gonna stick it between my bobbin and my vise, and grab it on the other side, pull it up under that thread wrap. Okay, now I'm gonna add another thread wrap or two, just to make sure things don't go anywhere. Then I'll trim off the front portion of this daddy long leg, leaving a little bit to tie down. Okay, tie down those butt ends of the rubber legs now. And walk your thread forward. And you do want to make sure that these daddy long legs are seated right about at that tie-in point of the wing, okay? On the side of the hook shank, get your thread back up here. Now you'll see it's not very uniform on top of the hook shank because I added that wing in there, but if you look from underneath, everything's fairly uniform, so that's not too big of an issue. Okay, now we're going to take that hackle and we are going to wind up the hook shank. These don't have to be beautiful wraps. This is gonna give us a material to keep the fly on top of the water when it lands down. Go ahead and take your thread, capture that hackle, and then I'll put a couple thread wraps right in front of the hackle, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to nick that stem with my scissor tips here. Okay, now if you have some unruly fibers under here, don't worry about that. We're gonna cut the stuff off underneath anyway, okay? So from this point, we're going back to those daddy long legs. We're gonna add another set up at the front here. Doing that same game plan. And these things are so fine, you don't have to get them perfect. They just need to be sitting on the side of the hook. Okay, so I'm gonna put one on my near side, same technique that I used before, and then I'm gonna push the other end between the thread and the bobbin and pull it up on the far side of the hook shank. And tighten with my thread. Make sure I got all that stuff tightened in. Put another thread wrap over top, make sure everything's secured. I missed that rubber leg, so I'm gonna grab that, pull it where I want it, got it in. Okay, now I'm gonna pull this daddy long legs loop as well as all of the material up and back and out of the way. So I can bring my thread, sneak it up here on that hook shank, and then I'm gonna whip finish here. Now I'm gonna trim this loop first to kind of get it out of my way. And we'll trim our legs in a second. So here's the tricky part, whip finishing with all this stuff there. I'm gonna get my whip started, kind of dangle the bobbin over my pinky and grab all this material with my index and thumb to pull it out of the way so I can put down a whip finish here. And you'll notice there's a lot of room up at the front of the hook shank. That is by design. I hate terrestrials that have crowded eyes and it takes forever to get your tippet through. Okay, from here we're gonna trim out these these daddy long legs. So if they're doing anything funky, you can grab them and manipulate them under the thread to sit how you want them to sit. I like that. So the front legs, again, I'm gonna go pretty short. I'm gonna pinch and trim them 1/8 inch in front of the eye of the hook. There. And then the rear legs, I'm gonna trim the middle leg as long as the hackle is. So I'll just come in with my scissors and trim that at the length of the hackle. Same on the other side. And then these back legs are gonna be trimmed the same length of the hackle as well. You can turn the vise on its side and just let it hang and take a guess. Right about there. And then our wing is gonna be 1/8 inch or so longer than the body. Trim that, take my whip finisher with the little hook and use it as a comb so I can comb this wing out. It'll fluff it up nicely for me. And that is Lance Egan's Bionic Ant. The last step to this guy is just trimming out the hackle on the bottom. So I'm gonna just take my scissors, stick them under here and trim it flush. Okay, you can spend as much time as you want coming in here and getting it perfect and trimming every little fiber, but I promise you the fish don't care. So that's Lance Egan's Bionic Ant. I will leave this piece nice and long and sticking straight up. That gives me a great visual for this fly. So give it a shot. It's a pretty easy tie. If you have any questions, come into the shop and ask me. I'm happy to help you find the materials. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Perfect.
Rock on.